All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is the first video for Algebra 2. We're talking about 1.1 and 1.3, expressions and equations. So the biggest difference between an expression and equation is simply this. An expression gets evaluated, an equation gets solved. All right, an equation basically means it has an equal sign. An expression does not have an equal sign. That's the big idea. So an expression would be like this: 3a plus 4, or 2x squared plus 7, minus x. Those would be algebraic expressions. Even just a number 6 could be argued that it could be an algebraic expression. An equation just means that it is two expressions equal to each other. So if I said 3a plus 4 is equal to 12, or if I said 2x squared minus 7x plus 3 equals 0, those are going to be considered equations. So we all know about PEMDAS. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. What everybody likes to forget, though, is that these happen at the same time and these happen at the same time. So at the same step you're doing multiplication, you're also doing division, and you go from left to right. All right, so same idea with addition and subtraction. You go from left to right, and you follow it in the same order. So P is parentheses, E is exponents, M and D obviously multiply, divide, add, subtract. That's what you're looking at. Okay, that's all you're doing. Now, it's not actually a four-step process. It's actually a four-step process, not a six-step process, kind of what we talked about. Parentheses first, get rid of those. Exponents second, multiply, divide at the same time, add, subtract at the same time. So if I say evaluate each expression, so parentheses first. So it's going to be 2 times 5 plus 3 times 7. Now the parentheses actually are multiplication, so I'm going to do that next. So that's going to be 10. That's going to be 21. My simplified expression is going to be 31. Here, this is going to be 2. And then in brackets, I'm going to go 5 plus. This is my step 1 right here. 30 divided by 6 is going to be 5. So now the brackets here end up acting like parentheses. So I've got to put those together first. 5 plus 5 is 10. So simplified, that's just going to be 20. So if I plug in the numbers first, then evaluate. So plug in all the numbers. So this is going to be 3, 4 plus 8 divided by 12. So parentheses first. So 3 times 12 divided by 12. So I do multiplication first. So I do here. That's going to be 36 divided by 12. So my final answer is going to be 3. Second one, 2 times 12 times 8 minus 3 all over 3 squared. So now when it's divided by this whole thing, right, you see how over here we just had divided by 12 at the end. Here we've got this whole thing is being divided by 12, or divided by 3 squared. Kind of what that's saying is this. This is saying 2 times 12 times 8 minus 3 is all in parentheses, and that's being divided by 3 squared. So you do all of this top first, and then you divide it by 9 last. So just to give myself a little room. So 2 times 12 times 8. Well, 12 times 8 is going to be 96. Times 2 is going to be 198. No. Sorry, let's just go simple. 2 times 12 is 24. 24 times 8 is going to be 32. 8 times 2 is 16. 192. 192, that makes way more sense. So you're going to go 192 minus 3 all over 3 squared. 3 squared is an exponent, so I can really just say that's 9. 192 minus 3 is going to give me 189. divided by 9, which will give me 21 for a simplified answer. So simplify each expression. So now expressions, these expressions have variables with them. So when I start simplifying, basically I have to combine like terms. What a lot of people like to forget is you have to put together same letter to same exponent. Same letter, same exponent. So I'm going to go negative 10x. Now I'm going to distribute this all the way through. Don't forget to go all the way through. Kids like to forget that. It would baffle you how many kids I'll see 12x squared. Then the next thing I'll see is plus 2x minus 2. That's not right. I can't do that. It's 12x squared plus 6x minus 6 plus 4x squared. Now combine like terms. 12x squared and 4x squared go together. That's 16x squared. Minus 10x plus 6x. Be very, very careful with signs. Signs are going to be your number one killer right there. There is my answer. Minus 6 goes with nothing else, so I just bring that along. Here, same kind of idea. Distribute that. 4x minus 2. Now I've got to be able to take that subtraction through as well. So this is actually going to be minus 12x minus 4. So now combine like terms. Be careful with signage. So negative 8x minus 6. There's my answer. There is my answer. So word problems. The kryptonite of every math student is a word problem. So what we need to do is look at a word problem, be able to figure out what the heck we're talking about and do it right. So the pyramid arena in Memphis, Tennessee is the third largest pyramid in the world. The area of its base is 360,000 square feet, and it is 321 feet high. The formula for the volume of a pyramid is there. Volume equals 1/3 big B times height. Where B is the area of the base and H is the height, find the volume of the pyramid arena. So find the volume. They want to figure out what is big V. So volume is going to be equal to 1/3 times 360,000, because that's the area of the base, and that's what big B is, times 321. So I want to multiply those three things together. So if I just go left to right, it's basically saying take 360,000 divided by 3 and multiply that number times 321. So I'm going to take 360,000 divided by 3 is going to be 120,000 times 321. So that's going to be 252,000 square feet, or cubic feet actually. It's going to be feet cubed because it is that one, because it's in volume. So here, geometry. Perimeter. Perimeter means just how far are you going around. So A is 9, B is 10, so 2 times 10, 5 times 10 plus 1, and 0.5 times B squared is 10. So it's going to look something like that. So this is going to be 20. 5 times 10 plus 1 will be 51. 10 squared is going to be 100, so that'll be 0.5 times 100. So that'll just be 50. So my perimeter then is going to be 20 plus 51 plus 50. So that will be 121. That will be in centimeters. There's my answer. All right, so keywords to look for: added to, increased by, more than, some, addition to. That's addition. Subtracted from. Difference is a big one here. That's going to be subtraction. Multiplied by. Product. Product is what your answer is called in multiplication. Quotient and divided by. Quotient is what we call division. Is the same as, is equal to, is going to be your equal sign. So sum for addition, difference for subtraction, product for multiplication, quotient for division. Everybody likes to forget those. I don't know why. So a little bit of solving. Remember, you're doing opposite operation stuff. So you look at what's there, you do the opposite of it. So this is technically multiplication. So I'm going to divide by 2. So P will equal 7. Here, I don't just start moving things around first. I've got to combine like terms. 7a minus 3a is 4a, plus 2a is 6a, minus a. Don't just put 6, as some people will. This is going to be 5a equals 16. So divide by 5. A is going to equal 3 and 1/5. Here, distribute first, get rid of all those parentheses. 27 is equal to negative 9y minus 45 plus 6y plus 48. So 27 is really equal to minus 3y plus 3. So subtract 3, subtract 3. A little divide by. Y is going to equal negative 8. All right, and double check your answers. Be careful with signs. So Carl wants to replace the 5 windows in the bedrooms of his 2-story house. His neighbors agreed to do it for $250. Carl's budgeted $1,000 for the total cost of replacing the windows. What is the maximum amount he can spend on each window? So write an equation and use that to solve. So he's got $1,000. His neighbor says he'll help for $250. So that means he's going to spend whatever he's got left on each window. So he's got 5 to build. So I'm going to let W be the cost for each window. So 5 times W plus the $250 that the neighbor charged has got to equal 1,000. So it's just going to be a matter of solving. 5W equals 750. So that's going to be nothing more than, not 2, I don't know why I have 2 in there, 150. So you can spend $150 per window to put them in. All right, so this 1.1, 1.3 assignment will be due, not Thursday, today, well, whatever tomorrow is, and then we will talk to you then.